Valentine's Day, a time for love, romance, and sweet surprises. But sometimes those surprises aren't so sweet. Sometimes they're dark, twisted, and absolutely terrifying. Tonight, I'll share 3 unsettling tales where love took a sinister turn. It all started with an anonymous letter. At first, Emma thought it was sweet, an old-fashioned love note left on her car windshield a few days before Valentine's Day. The handwriting was neat, almost too perfect, and the message was simple. "I've been watching you. You're beautiful." She laughed it off, thinking it was a harmless admirer, maybe even a prank. But then, the messages kept coming. Every day, a new letter. They started getting more personal, more detailed. "I love the way you wear your hair down on Tuesdays. That red dress you wore last Friday. Stunning." Emma's stomach twisted. Whoever this was, they were close. By February 13th, she was on edge. That night, she heard a noise outside her apartment window. A faint, shuffling sound. Heart pounding, she peeked through the blinds. A man stood in the shadows across the street, watching, waiting. She locked her doors, closed the curtains, and tried to sleep. But then, a gentle knocking on her bedroom window. Emma bolted upright. She lived on the 2nd floor. There was no balcony. Her breath hitched as she reached for her phone to call the police. But before she could dial, a notification popped up. A message from an unknown number. "I see you." When the police arrived, they found muddy footprints beneath her window, but no one was there. The note stopped after that, but Emma never truly felt safe again. At second, the couple in the dark, Ryan and his girlfriend, Lily, were celebrating Valentine's Day at a quiet cabin in the woods. A little getaway, just the two of them, no distractions. The first night was perfect. Wine, a cozy fireplace, and the peaceful sounds of nature. But on the second night, something felt off. It started when they went into town for dinner. At a small roadside diner, Ryan noticed a couple sitting in the corner. They were staring, not talking, not eating, just watching them with cold, unblinking eyes. Lily whispered, "They're creeping me out." They left the diner quickly, but as they walked to their car, Lily gasped. The couple was already outside, standing near the entrance, still watching. Ryan forced a smile and hurried Lily into the car. "Probably just weird locals," he muttered. But as they drove back to the cabin, headlights appeared in the rearview mirror. A black SUV. It followed them down the dark, winding road. No turn signals, no headlights, just following. Ryan sped up. So did the SUV. Then, the road split without thinking. Ryan swerved onto a narrow dirt path. The SUV didn't follow. It just stopped, sitting there, watching, until they heard the footsteps on the porch. Slow, deliberate. Then, knock, knock. Lily clutched Ryan's arm. They didn't move, didn't breathe. A low voice called from outside. "We just want to come in, just for a minute." Ryan grabbed the fireplace poker. Silence. Then, scraping, the sound of nails dragging along the wooden door. And then, laughter. When they finally worked up the courage to peek outside, no one was there. But in the dirt near the porch steps, they saw something chilling. 4 deep handprints, as if someone had been crawling. At third, my roommate wasn't home. But someone. Was Josh wasn't the type to celebrate Valentine's Day. Single, introverted, and perfectly fine, spending the evening alone with a horror movie. His roommate, Derek, had plans with his girlfriend, so Josh had the apartment to himself. Or so he thought. Around 10 p.m., as he settled into the couch, he heard something strange. A soft creak, the kind that only happens when someone shifts their weight on the floorboards. His eyes flicked to the hallway. Derek's door was open, but he wasn't home. Josh shook it off. Probably just the building settling. He turned up the volume on his movie. Then, another sound. A faint shuffle. His stomach twisted. The noise was coming from the kitchen. He stood up slowly, every nerve in his body on high alert. Peering around the corner, he expected to see an open window, maybe a stray cat that had somehow gotten in. But instead, he saw a figure. Standing perfectly still in the dark, his breath caught. The figure was tall, motionless, almost blending into the shadows. Josh's voice cracked. "Who the hell are you?" No response. He fumbled for the nearest object, a coffee mug, and hurled it at the figure. It shattered against the wall. In that split second, the figure bolted, a blur of movement racing toward the back door. By the time Josh got there, the door was wide open. The night swallowed whoever it was. The police arrived within minutes, but there were no signs of forced entry. No fingerprints, no evidence. But then, they checked Derek's room. Inside his closet was a small sleeping bag, empty food wrappers, and a single note taped to the inside of the door. It read, "I liked living here. Love is supposed to bring warmth and joy, but sometimes it brings something else, something dark, unsettling, and unforgettable. Be careful who you trust, and if you ever feel like someone's watching, maybe, just maybe, they are." Thanks for watching, and remember, not all Valentine surprises are sweet.